Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Control blind playthrough. And we are heading for the AWE, or the AWE area even. And in the last episode I went on a rant about The Conjuring. And I want to continue on my train of thought. Because as I said, in that episode I talked about I like the Conjuring movie. I'm not a big fan of the expanded universe or whatever you want to call it because I have seen most of the sequels and spin-offs. I have seen everyone except for The Nun 2 and a spin-off movie called The Curse of La Llorona. And hold on for a second. Just gonna try to not get my ass handed to me over here. Oops. There's a lot of shit going on. My God. Okay. I think that's all of them. Yes, I haven't seen The Nun 2 and The Curse of La Llorona, and I'm not entirely sure what La Llorona means. I think it means something like the crying woman or something. And I know I saw the trailer for that movie once and it seemed pretty cool. And because I think the movie is about an old Mexican legend of a ghost that's walking around searching for her drowned children, and she drowns other something along those lines. If anyone knows, they can tell us down in the comments. And what I think is sad, this is the point I was trying to get to with all my ranting about this universe.
There is a curious correlation with the yet unknowable forces
Where the hell am I supposed to go? I'm supposed to go here. Because I think, as I said, I think The Conjuring is a great movie. Really good horror film. It's very tense. There's not much jump scares, which I think is a good thing. Instead, it works around building up a sense of hostility and making you feel uncomfortable, which is I think is a key object if you're trying to do or trying to create a good horror film or a good horror game. You want that sense of hostility, because anyone can create a jump scare. All you have to do is do a quick cut, crank the music up to 11, and wow, you have a jump scare. But it doesn't go that route, and I think that's great. But then came the sequels.
Here, our home, our school, the
Okay.
woods, the dump.
Okay. In the sequels, I think they kind of missed the mark of what made the first film so good. because a lot of the sequels are just, they don't really dare to be scary. If you understand what I mean, because I watched the Annabelle movies, for example,
Did they
and
recreate that too? Is that where the key?
I don't think they're very good. I thought the second one had its moments. I can't remember. I've only seen it once, but I think that the first half of the second one, the first Annabelle sequel, so to speak, I thought was decent, and then it became too much. Same thing with The Conjuring 2. I remember the first half being really tense, remind me a lot about the first movie, and then there was too much shit going on. So it doesn't become scary because you get saturated with scary things. And then it loses its intensity.
Landfill here.
I'm not entirely sure if anything I'm saying really makes any sense at this point, but hopefully you get what I mean.
Unbelievable.
The great thing, going back to talking about the game for a second, is when it comes to those flying enemies, is that if you take out one, hopefully you manage to take out a multitude of them at once, because they explode when they die. And if you're lucky, other enemies will be in the blast radius when they explode. Like so. Didn't quite take out the second one, but made a dent. Oh, come on. I am really low on health. As he perfectly illustrated by killing me. I need to get a lot better at using my shield, I think, because I have the shield ability, I have upgraded it. I'm not sure how much I actually upgraded it, but quite a bit, I think. So I need to get better at using it. Probably get better at dodging as well. First we take out that healing orb thingamabob, because we don't need to make this any harder than it needs to be. So it can fuck right off. And that is the key here. Always stay on the move. Whew. I think they're a bit stingy when it comes to dropping health. There we go. I'm kicking ass and taking names. And going back to completing my rant about all the sequels to The Conjuring, that is something I think is... Because I am a fan of movies in general and horror movies in particular. I don't watch horror movies as much as I used to, because I think a lot of horror movies these days are just, to put it plainly, stupid. Because it's so easy to make a horror movie. All you really need to do is a bare minimum. Put in a few jump scares and you have a horror movie. And that is not very interesting to me. I've seen that hundreds of times and it doesn't do anything for me because anyone gets scared by a jump scare.
They moved the whole landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing. Pretty unbelievable.
This is where I died last time, isn't it? There goes the healing sphere. And I wish they would make more good horror movies. But I think with streaming services, movie making overall has changed. Because movies have become more of a consumable item than they used to be. Because nowadays there are very few modern movies I watch more than once. And I think that is quite common nowadays, because with all streaming services creating movies basically at an assembly line rate, you watch a movie once and you move on, and usually they try to dazzle you with a lot of effects, and there's nothing wrong with that. It can be very entertaining, and I enjoy being entertained. Not every movie has to be a masterpiece. Fuck. Crap. But it's become, I think, less of... I don't want to say art, but a small part of me wants to say art. Because it's a bit more movie making by numbers, if you get what I mean. Because it feels like movie makers realize that as well, that people will don't watch movies the same way they used to. So I feel a lot of modern movies are less memorable than old ones are. And I would love, this is also one of those things, I would love to hear your input about this, dear viewer. What do you think? Do you agree with me, or do you think I'm talking straight out of my ass?
Landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing. Pretty unbelievable.
There goes the healing sphere. I think the key here is to try to stay off the ground, because then you can get a decent overview of where all the enemies are, because there aren't very many flying enemies. And we can also go up here and get the high ground. was just trying to figure out, is it my charge gun that is weak? Or is it my telekinesis throw that is overpowered? And I think it's the telekinesis throw that's overpowered. Shit. Come on. Damn, this is intense. You can tell by the fact that I'm not talking. Shit. This is really annoying. That named guy is so tanky. I don't know if, or not entirely sure if it's that he's tanky or that my aim is shit. Probably a combination of both. But it's super annoying. Oh, great. No enemies here this time. Even the game is showing a little bit of mercy. Hopefully I'll be able to get past it this time. I'm just gonna see. What do we have here? Weapon armor damage. Do I have any more damage boost? Ammo refund. There are a lot of ammo refunds. Can deconstruct a lot of this shit. So I don't have many good. That could be good, even though. Why can't I? What do I have? Energy recovery speed, launch energy cost. Yeah, well.
They moved the whole landfill here in the middle of New York, and nobody saw a thing. Pretty unbelievable.
Very much so. Seems with those enemies, if you're at a certain distance, they will always dodge when you try to telekinesis throw shit at them. But if you're far enough away, they will not be able to dodge it. And also, if you're close enough, they will also not be able to dodge it. I think this is a lot more, perhaps not more effective, but a lot safer. Come on, tanky Mac tank. There he goes. Is this the key? To be so close that he doesn't have time to dodge out of the way when I throw stuff at him? I think it is. Is he dead? Because I'm getting really tired of replaying this. Now I think there's just one enemy left. I can hear him, but I can't see him. Ah, there you are.
We should check that lab.
There we go.
Effective immediately. I'm setting up a new department. Dimensional research in the research sector. Transferring the slide projector there. That's where my focus will be now. The ordinary site remains as is. We'll be back to... I don't know when.
Darling took the projector to the research sector. He dedicated a whole area to it, so he knew it was important. Dimensional research. That's where we go next.
The face of the enemy completed. Trophy. New mission. Finish Tango. New mission. A dark place. Alright. Well, this episode is going on overtime, so I'm going to end it right here. But I want to thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.